Hey, what's up everybody? Today we're going to talk about another video. Today we're going to talk about the Memories Toys Bloody Hands Morelock Bounty Hunter. I started him off naked because we're going to roll through the stuff with accessories. We're going to talk about loading him up and the different possibilities that you can make. But we started off naked so that way we can talk about our articulation. That's what I'm going to do here. I'm a little different as he does start off armored. So now you know for a fact the armor can come off. We can hit our T-pose. By tucking in those joints, you can get a little bit higher. As you can see here, probably make a little bit of a Y. We have this circular butterfly joint, allows for movement. We have a bicep swivel. We have a beautiful double joint. We can rotate left and right on our upper ab, as well as on our lower, rotating left and right. We have a beautiful forward ab crunch. In reverse, we have a little bit nicely of a backwards movement. Our head can, it's really tough, but you can tilt left and right. Oh, and I did forget to turn on my overhead light, and because I'm shooting in the day right now, it's a little rough. Let's get a little bit of focus on there. But that means when you want to do certain poses, you should not have a problem. As you can see here, we have a crazy muscular Schwarzenegger-like pose. Right. As far as our legs, we can go outward. We can go forward. Right. We have a beautiful double joint. And I didn't plug these all the way in, and that is because unless you heat them up, it's going to have some trouble squaring all the way in. But they do work just fine for the most part. But I want to be able to take them off easily for the sake of this video, because Lord knows I don't want to look crazy on screen. Right. We also have a toe pivot or toe hinge, depending on how you're going to go about it. But this guy just outright naked, I'm not even going to front. Like, if you had like a really cool like Hulk head for this would make for a beautiful Red Hulk. But as you can see, this guy posed up has literally no issues. Beautiful movement, can get crazy, has a ton of room for movement. Great example being is that when you do something like this, right, you can actually do a high jump kick with him, which again seems crazy. Look at that beautiful high jump kick right to the dome. Oh y'all. But yeah, this is one of those figures where the base for custom is excellent. Just the overall figure itself is great, and having this guy is really astounding just for the blink part of the body. But he's gonna fit in with your mythics. He's gonna be able to fit in with your modern day stuff. It's one of those things where this is a all-around excellent figure. When you want to do cosmic, you can be a space bounty hunter, or you can be a mythic level bounty hunter. You have a lot of options. Now, we've done articulation and we've done our look. What we're going to do now is jump into accessories, and we're going to do this in two parts. We're going to talk about the stuff off of him, and then we're going to talk about putting it on him. So, let's get to it. Alright, let's take this guy apart, and we're going to talk about popping on armor. I've laid it out. I want to get to it. So, what we're going to do is we're going to pop off the hands and the head. Let me do that in front of myself, because pulling these things from in front of my camera usually leads to me knocking down my camera. That's never a plus. We're going to keep the feet on. Not on, but I'm going to keep the bare feet on because I actually like those. But we will talk about the armored feet. So, I've completely naked this guy up even more, right? So, one of the things we're going to do is we're going to actually pop off the waist area as well. Because what we are going to do is we're going to pop our waist on right on top. And this, I didn't have to heat this up a second time. It's actually able to pop off easily after the first time. So here we are with our torso. As you can see, there's a holster for the sword as well. We're going to put on our leg shin guards. And it is marked left and right inside. You can see that right there. So, we're going to pop these on. These looking pretty good. Yeah. I'm going to say sorry for the sounds, but it's a good thing. That's how you know what you're getting into. As you can see, this is our lower half right now. Let's get some focus on that. Right. Now with that, we have our armored feet. I would like to put back on the other feet, but to get the armored look, let's talk about that. I'm actually going to push these in. Right. Like I said, I suck at putting the feet back on, because it's one of those things where I gotta push in, but the way my camera is designed in front of me, it may fall. So I'm just gonna leave him to gently sit here. See? Fell right off. But I'm gonna leave him to gently sit here for a bit as we talk about our upper torso now. So here we have our upper torso. And we have this guy right here. Now, with this, you're thinking to yourself, oh, how am I gonna get that on? You can actually pop the arms right out with no issue. Again, I had to heat it up only once, and I was able to get it off and on. I'm gonna go right over the top of the torso, because I don't necessarily see a tab. No, I do not see a tab. So I wanted to make sure I do not see a tab. So just in case you didn't know, you can just squeeze it right over. It's soft plastic, so it should not be an issue. Squeezing right over. Yep. See? If anything rolls around, you can just adjust it like I've done here. There you have it. You have your armor on your torso. Now, you can pop your arms right back in. And voila. Then we pop on our arm guards. And if you want your shoulder armor on, there are legends that will tell you of left and right, so you know which one is which. If you decide you want to pop it on a different side, that's totally up to you. Right? And now we have our upper torso ready. We can just pop this in there. And as for our head sculpt, here we are with our generic head sculpt. Well, I won't say generic, but our main head sculpt. And the reason why I chose this one, because there's actually a mask you can put over for your armored look. And now we'll complete our armored up look, and this is why I love it, because I'm going to have everything kind of just sit high at the moment, because I'm going to take some stuff back off. I'm actually going to try to fix this neck bag. And again, shooting during the day is really weird to me, because I'm so used to shooting in the middle of the night. But, yeah. This guy looks utterly fantastic armored up. It gives him a completely different look, as before he felt like a red orc that can be customized into a Hulk, but this gives him way more personality and look to it. I absolutely adore this. I really love this look for it. And he keeps 99% of his ability to like maneuver. You'll actually lose a little bit here in this subsection because of the plastic. So you can actually push through though, as you can see, because it's still soft plastic. But you don't lose all of your mobility. I'm actually going to push this torso in off camera. Give me 1 sec. But again, I really, really like that. It's one of those things where I'm like, oh, I didn't expect it to be this nice, and here we are, right? Like I said, and then you still keep a lot of your mobility, as you can see here. So you look good. I like that a lot. Now, what I am going to do is, we're going to go into part 2 and talk about the rest of his accessories, because now we popped the armor on. I'm going to put the other feet on, because I like them to sit a little bit lower in my camera frame. So I'll see you guys in a sec. Alright, let's get into our rest of our accessories. One thing I want to talk about with the feet, when you have your armored feet, armored foot I should say, the toe pivot is very strong. Just be aware you can hurt yourself. It's pretty sharp. That's part of the reason why I don't want it on, because I will continuously hurt myself on the right foot, whereas the left one is just a normal boot. But that right one will hurt you. Now we're going to talk about our other accessories that I just knocked one away, which sucks for me. But yeah, let's do this. So we have our main weapon, which is his large broadsword. I'm going to call this a dragon's fang, because this is gigantic. This is no way. This is just a regular sword. This sword is awesome, and I love it. It has some nice weight to it. Semi-soft plastic, so it's a little bit warpable. But otherwise, this is a gigantic sword, as you can see here. And it's stored on his back, because there is a port point, which will give you a small tab here to plug into his back. And then you can actually plug it in via the handle. And you can store your sword on the backhand side. I do a terrible job right now, but as you can see, it does plug in. Excuse me. Next up for accessories, you will get two, I'm going to call them other monster heads. One looks like a yellow orc, other looks like some sort of demon man. So they come wrapped on this rope, which hands that do hold for it. I don't think there's a storage point for them, but I'm going to try to figure that out. There is a storage point. They actually sculpted very nicely. Right? Then you will get a short sword. The short sword, you saw that it be stored in its sheath on this side. Let's actually try to get that in there. Ah, I didn't even know that could move. Okay, so I didn't know that could move. That's pretty cool. So now you can store that up properly. Let's actually move this. This is a little back heavy for him. There we go. So now you can store your short sword as well. Next up, we will get a ton of hands. So let's talk about those. We actually have a large broadsword hands. And with you in the background, you're messing up my focus. So let's focus on these guys. There we go. We have our large sword hands. We will get pointing hands, which I thought was pretty funny. It's a bounty hunter. We're going to get some open action hands. Alright, I gotta change you because you are really messing up the focus. I think it's the color and the lighting. Daytime shooting is a little different. There we go. Oop. Next up, you will get two sets of smaller hands for your swords. This is for the smaller sword, but you can also use these. I'm going to assume for these. This is kind of what I was hoping for. You can use it. Yep. Perfect. See what I mean? So you can use the smaller hands for the sword, but also for holding the bounty heads. Perfect. Next up, you'll also get two thumbs up. Two thumbs up. Like I'm the greatest, right? And you'll also get, I don't know why this is included, but I love it, the un poquito hands. Just a little bit. Like I'm this close. This close, guys. And I'm assuming you can use these for other little things. Now, one thing I did miss, that you'll actually get a skull head. I believe this is for placing over the sword. But I haven't found a necessarily way to do it. I'm not sure if it just places through. See? So I'm a little unsure about this part. I'm going to have to double check on that one. I could be wrong though. Last but not least, you will get two other sculpts. One of them is going to be our Screaming Orc head for Morelock. And another is going to be our Fashionable Bald head. But as you can see, it has an opening there. And that is because you can choose between two styles. One of the open mohawk or the brush down mohawk. It's really up to you to decide. But that pretty much rounds out our accessories. As you can see, he comes with a lot for the price that you pay. But again, you can use them for custom fodder. You can use them as your bounty hunter, your space warlock, whatever it is you want to do, it's there to use it for. And that's kind of the fun of it. But with that being said, let's get to the size comparison and see how this guy kind of wraps up with other figures. I think that's pretty important. So you're going to see the size for the bang for your buck. So let's get to it. Alright, now the size comparison. First things first, let's do it up with stuff that's in the realm of it, I guess. So here we are with a Mythic Legion and a Cosmic Legion doing a Tusk Science Officer as well as Lord Demetrius, right? And as you can see, I feel like he fits in really well with the Cosmic and Mythic Legion scale. It's one of those things where I'm like, it's going to be perfect no matter where you put him. So that looks really good. Let's take these two guys away. Let's see how he does with 6-inch figures. So here we are with the G.I. Joe scale Kamakura. And we have Fush Toys Ninja. Oh man, I forgot to bring out some stuff. Let me see if I can put it in there. Here we are with a 6-inch Black Panther. So as you can see, like I said, you have a ton of options. He's a little bigger. Fits perfectly if you want to make him like a Hulk for your customs. Or if you want to put him in just as an overall big red brute. It really doesn't matter. You get to have a little fun. Now, this is where it gets really fun. Because you have stuff like Master Wang and Veteran William, where he might be a little bit on the smaller side, right? as you can see with these big boys, right? So a little bit smaller for those guys, but then you have even other bigger guys. You have the AX Toys Big T-Rex. But I feel like this is a really fun battle for them. You know what I mean? This would be a nice battle. And then, just to fit into it as well, here we are with Scourge. Also from Mythic Legions, a bigger boy. And I feel like these guys fit in really well, size-wise, with each other. Try to do that, Battle of the Champion size comparison stuff. David and Goliath like stuff. So as far as all that stuff fitting in, I feel like he fits and blends well, and it works really well. It's not one of those things you feel like, it just doesn't work. I feel like he does work. But overall, the articulation, the different looks you can get, type of armor motifs you can go with, I feel like add-on sets and different colors of orcs would be excellent choices for these. I plan on having some fun with this guy, especially with his mobility. But again, it's up to you to decide on what you want. Shout out to Memory Toys for letting me have some fun with this. Oh, and that's what I got to do. Before I go, I'm going to disappear for half a second. I'm going to go grab the bear so you can see the bear with him. So, yeah. Bearman. Yeah, that's him, right? So, yeah, lots of choices, lots of big boys. So, again, I feel like we're stepping in the right direction because he had single joints. This guy has all the cool double joints and all the other things you could do. So, lots of options, especially with this whole armor thing they're doing. I love it. But, yeah, if you guys enjoy, thank you for watching. If you didn't enjoy, hope you got information out of it. But as always, please, be good, do good, drink your water, guys. Later.